Hello and welcome back to the channel. Alopecia is no laughing matter for millions of black women. The slap that overshadowed the Academy Award ceremony was sparked by a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's lack of hair, with husband Will Smith objecting violently to comedian Chris Rock mocking the actress' shaved head. Many people will sympathize with Jada Pinkett Smith and have sympathized with Jada, as millions of women in the US and around the globe will agree. Hair loss is no laughing matter, and I absolutely agree. Losing your hair can be very emotional. So what is alopecia? Alopecia is a medical word that refers to hair loss generally. There are descriptors added which can refer to where the hair loss is occurring or to the cause of it. Traction alopecia, for example, is hair loss from trauma or chronic inflammatory changes to the hair follicles. What causes alopecia? Traction alopecia happens when there is trauma to the scalp, where the hair is being pulled or rubbed on a regular basis, causing inflammation around the hair follicles. This can lead to hair loss or thinning. Alopecia areata describes hair loss to a particular area. It has different levels of severity, so there might be just a coin-sized area of hair loss on the scalp, or it could affect large areas. It can occur any place on the body, and this must be so emotional. Oh my goodness. It might result in complete hair loss on the scalp, which is alopecia totalis. Some people lose eyebrows or see thinning of their eyelashes. People can also have alopecia universalis, which is a loss of hair on the entire body. Alopecia areata is considered an immune type of hair loss. The immune system is attacking the hair follicles. It has to do with T cells, the important white blood cells in the immune system. Other autoimmune disorders can have alopecia associated with them. This is the form of alopecia Pinkett Smith has said she has. Lupus is an autoimmune disorder that can lead to hair loss. Thyroid abnormalities can also be related to hair loss. And I did not know this, that there is a connection with hair loss. Very interesting. Who does it affect? Anyone can get alopecia. Alopecia can show up at any age, from children to adults, in both men and women. However, it's more likely to affect African Americans than white or Asian Americans. About 1 million people in the US have alopecia. That's a lot of people. Traction alopecia can affect people in certain professions, like ballerinas, who wear their hair up in buns all the time. The pressure and friction from sports headgear, such as helmets and baseball caps, can also cause hair loss. In some parts of Northern Europe, where it is common for people to pull back their hair back on a regular basis, there are higher rates of traction alopecia. Traction alopecia affects 1/3 of women of African descent, making it the most common type of alopecia affecting black women. Why is traction alopecia so common among black women? That is due to certain hairstyling practices black women use: wearing tight weaves and extensions, straightening with heat, that sort of thing. Hair is a big deal among black women in a way it isn't for others. When I was growing up, my older relatives told girls our hair was our crowning glory. They made a big deal about us keeping our hair looking stylish and well-groomed, and that usually meant straightening it, applying heat to the hair, which caused heat damage to many of our hair. I believe there's less pressure than there used to be for Black women to keep our hair straightened in the workplace and elsewhere. The natural hair movement in America, Africa, Europe, and throughout the Caribbean nations have empowered millions of Black women to embrace their God-given hair. More than ever, Black women are rocking afros, kinky twists, and other natural hairstyles with much pride and joy. So how is alopecia treated? It depends on the cause. There are injected or topical corticosteroids for alopecia. If it's due to a nutritional deficiency, like iron or protein, obviously, you simply need to correct the deficiencies with supplements or by changing your diet. When it is caused by traction or lupus, if you don't treat the inflammation on the scalp soon enough, the hair loss can become permanent. When it comes to traction, it's much more about eliminating the practices that caused the problem in the first place. What's happening is more people are aware of the downsides of chemical and heat applications to straighten hair and are using those damaging practices less. One thing that may help is the Crown Act legislation, which the U.S. House passed on March 18, 2022, that would make it illegal to discriminate against people wearing natural hairstyles, such as afros and braids. So I am hopeful it will contribute to a lot less traction alopecia in the future. So yeah, this alopecia issue is very serious. Too many of our women are suffering with hair loss, and it's very emotional. It's tough. So if you do know someone suffering with hair loss of any kind, be nice. Well, I'm done with this video. Please do leave a comment and hit the subscribe button. Until next time, this is your girl Sister T, and I'm out.